this year, for the first time in close to 30 years of growing corn, something got into my corn, and I believe I know who or what it was. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing to keep them from getting any more of my corn.
All I have needs, I have not provided.
I was anticipating that first ear of corn from this stalk right here. It was a squirrel. I'm sure it was, because the theft happened during the daytime, and they're the only ones that like to go out and do stuff like that in the daytime. So what I've done traditionally in my garden to keep the squirrels out of my garden and even out of my potted herbs on my porch, I buy these little pinwheels from the Dollar Tree, or Walmart has them even cheaper. And I just use them for several years before they finally wear out. So the squirrels are afraid of the movement, but they also make a little squeaky noise when they twirl. And so maybe between the noise and the movement, they stay out of my garden. Well, I haven't noticed the squirrels lately. And so about 4 or 5 days ago, I just gathered them all up and I put them away. I shouldn't have done that. Now I've pulled all the forces out. Every pinwheel I have is surrounding my corn. So that's one way I'm going to deter them from getting in. But the thing about these pinwheels, if the wind's not blowing, they don't care. They'll go by them. So another thing I'm doing is we've got a couple of traps set. We put the corn that they destroyed in the trap and then added a little peanut butter. Now, we've never caught squirrels before, so I don't know if that's going to work. So let me show you how I start keeping track of if the corn's about ready. And then I'll show you the third thing that we're doing to deter the squirrels from getting my corn. I'm allergic to corn plants, so I wear gloves and a men's cotton long sleeve shirt. So what I do is when I notice that it's leaning out away from the corn stalk, I'll feel it. It feels kind of, round. So just to make sure, I'll peel the leaves back just ever so slightly to see how well the kernels are being filled out. So you don't want to peel all these outer leaves off. You just want to take a peek in here. And you see the end is filled out pretty well. But you also want to take your thumbnail and poke it. Well, this may even be beyond the perfect time. You see how it took a while, more of a poke to push that in? So this one's going to be harvested today. I don't want it to get any older than that. Ideally, you want that kernel to spurt as soon as you put your thumbnail in it. So this is just maybe 1 day on the plant too long. So this is bodacious corn. It is a heritage corn. So if I were to choose one ear of corn and just leave it on the plant until it dries up, this one ear of corn will plant all the corn for next year. But we're going to eat this guy tonight. This one is Silver Queen. And apparently the squirrel likes Silver Queen more than he likes the bodacious. See how this is really big? This is a hybrid. It wouldn't do me any good to save the corn from here because since it's a hybrid, it has more than one parent quality. So if I plant these seeds, well, once the kernels dry up, become seeds, they're not going to be true to the parent plant. So I do buy Golden Queen and Silver Queen when I'm ready to plant one of those varieties. So I take the corn, I push it down, and then back up. And I like to shuck mine right out here in the garden. Now, Folks, this corn was not ready yesterday. That is how fast it can go from almost to it's time to go ahead and harvest it. Now I leave the stem on because I use that as a handle to brush off the rest of the silk. And if it doesn't come off with just me brushing it, then I'll use a kitchen brush and go back and forth on it just to get the rest of those silks off. So I'm back over to the bodacious, and it does act differently from the gold, silver queen. See if I can get that in focus. There we go. Well, the stem came off of that one anyway. Okay, so you can see the difference between a hybrid corn, that's the silver queen, and this heritage corn. It's going to take twice as many of these to equal the amount of corn I can get off the hybrid. And so that's why people do prefer the hybrid. But I will say, as sweet as this corn is, this bodacious has a beautiful, deep, satisfying corn flavor that you're just not going to get from your hybrid varieties. So I went to the Dollar Tree, and you go to the laundry and closet aisle, and you get these little laundry bags. They are perfect for enclosing things like mangoes or avocados or corn, pineapple, whatever you don't want the critters eating, you're going to enclose them with this. And the thing I love about this, it has a zipper. So you're going to get 3 of these for $1.25. I think that's a really good deal. So I'm wanting this ear right here to go one more day. So you're going to open up your bag and just try to get coordinated and fit some of these little leaves here up in there so that there's no gaps. So this big leaf here is going to get bent. Push it in there. It's okay. It's not going to hurt this corn to be like that for another day or two. Pull it down as far as you can without actually harming the ear. Put your pinwheels out, set a trap so you can relocate your squirrel, and go through the corn. If they're not quite ready, put one of these cheap bags around them. 3 for $1.25, and they can be reused over and over and over again. That was 2 days ago. And did it work? Well, the traps didn't work. We put the ruined ears of corn in the traps, and then that didn't work. So the next day we put peanut butter out, and the ants ate all the peanut butter. So no, the traps did not work. The next morning I came out, and there were 3 more ears of corn destroyed on the other end of this row, one right after the other. One of my viewers told me that she grows pumpkins, and the deer would come in and eat her pumpkins. So she picks the pumpkins and then takes them out where the deer normally feed. And they were satisfied to eat the pumpkins that she put out in their territory. So I thought I would do the same. I took the ruined ears of corn and I threw them out under the oak trees where I know there's lots of squirrels that live. Let's go see if any of that worked. I want to see if they ate more of that. It must have worked. This is all that's left of the corn that I threw right here. So that was 2 ears of corn, completely gone, missing. I don't see a corn cob. I don't see anything. So that suggestion came from a viewer. So I do read your comments. So if you want to leave a comment, please do. I love hearing from you. And when I can, I'll answer any questions that you have or any suggestions that you have. And while you're at it, go ahead and give it a green thumbs up. It really does help. And why not subscribe? I've got tons of videos that'll help you grow your vegetables organically.
Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
Not subscribe. I give you